send out the recording on our YouTube channel just for anybody who doesn't have access today or is busy this morning. Happy days. Okay. Another area I wanted to mention is we have a DWP shared area where all documents and information is held for the work coaches and the PAS advisors that you can all access. If you haven't got access, what I would suggest we do is pop email addresses into the chat, and I'll arrange with DWP, with Kay Charlton, our DWP regional manager, and get you set up on that SharePoint area so you've got access to all of the folders. I'm just looking, Michelle, you've got your hand up. Have you got a question at all?
Sorry, it's a legacy hand for me. Put my hand up saying I'm new to the meeting.
No, don't worry, don't worry. Honestly, it's fine.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, if we can just get those email addresses popped in the chat, I can coordinate getting those email addresses across to DWP to give you access. So I think what I'll do then is really just, again, use this as a bit of a teaching session. We have got a lady coming from Hynenk and the Tell My team, which is one of the digital innovations that we are pushing out to the whole region. It's only in some areas at the moment, but we've got somebody coming along to talk to us about that this morning, but they're going to be joining a little bit late. And I'm also going to bring in Hamza, who's from our research and evaluation team, just to talk to you about some research that he wants to try and get people interested in. Okay, but what I want to do is I'm going to share one of my screens to show you the DWP and PAS area on the SharePoint that you've can have access to. Can I just have somebody's hand up to say they can see that? Can you see that? My sharing screen? Yeah, great stuff. So you can see there's a directory of services. We've got PAS and Workwell contact details, Q&A coaching support and resources. And in these folders, like I said, when you get access to them, there's absolutely rafts of information in here. So we've got a directory of service for most areas in there. And if you click in there, it's got the links to the digital innovations and bits and pieces. I'll just go back one. In the PAS and Workwell contact details, you've got a list of people there. It's probably a little bit out of date, the fact that I've got new people on this call today. So we probably need to collect some names anyway, just to make sure that list is up to date. Obviously, we keep that list between us all as professionals, as PAS advisors or work coaches. But I think as PAS advisors and work coaches, ideally you should be working together. You're coming at it from different angles when you're supporting patients or clients. But ultimately, if you have got issues that you're not sure about and you think it's a work related or a health related, you should be talking to each other within your areas. So I hopefully that is sort of happening, and if not, we maybe need to look at that. The Q&A coaching support, we've got a spreadsheet in here, which if people have got questions and don't know where to go to ask these questions, you can pop these questions in this spreadsheet, and it gets looked at by staff. And hopefully somebody will give you answers to any questions that you don't know what to, the answers to. So please do use it, and it'll help us learn as well along the way and share that information. The next folder is resources, and I'm sorry if it's really noisy in this office. I'm hoping my microphone's one of those decent ones that cuts out noise, but I'm in a busy office, so it might be a bit noisy. You can see a pile of folders there. We've got the NINC region-wide resources, and in there's lots of bits and pieces, learning resources, PAS and Workwell coach information, process information, and any working documents. So that's for anybody to have a look into that one. And then we've got separate areas for individual areas, LDTs there, which has got specific information for your own areas. So please have a look in that when you do get access. We'll try and get you access as quickly as we can for those who haven't got it yet. But you know that this information is there for you to use. If there's information that you feel is missing, or you'd like some, you know, to share some information that would be useful to others on this call, please let us know. We can drop information into there. There's a handful of us who've got access to this to put information in, so it's not a problem. Okay, hopefully that'll be helpful to those who are new in post and you know, are looking just to upskill themselves and find some information. So I'm going to stop sharing there. Has anybody got any questions on those folders at all? Okay, is that sorry, Jessica, have you got a question?
Sorry, it was just from before.
All right, okay. Anybody got any questions at all on those folders? Like I say, if you don't feel comfortable asking, just pop questions in the chat. Like I say, make best use of this time. You know, don't feel embarrassed or anything, just get it out there. Because chances are any questions you have, somebody else is probably thinking the same. Okay, right, I think what I'll do then is, Hamdi, if you're okay, can I hand over to you to talk about the research?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tracy.
Do you just want to introduce yourself? Yeah, lovely.
Yes,
thank
exactly.
you.
I'll just introduce myself really quickly. I'm Hamdi Hamza. I'm a research and evaluation coordinator, looking at the sort of evaluation side of the whole program across the different pillars. And I think we've been working a lot behind the scenes in terms of getting that data right, getting that data in. And I do think some of the work coaches or PAS advisors here have been quite familiar with some of the processes in terms of data returns as well. So I suppose it's really just saying thank you first and foremost, and sort of having that support to get that, to be able for us from a program perspective to see those impact as they come in and be able to make sort of different decisions and in terms of what we can do next in with different cohorts or how we roll out certain programs. So I guess first and foremost, thank you for all the involvement that you've had in terms of capturing that data with regards to the cohort of patients or people that you've seen on as part of the Work Well program, and we are starting to see that, and we are starting to really try to nail down what else we can do within that space. So I think I just wanted to share a bit more around what we're doing from a qualitative evaluation perspective. So it'd be good to hear experiences from work coaches and PAS advisors on the call who have been who probably be in a better position to share those sort of good news stories in a more formal way, because I feel like we've been hearing a lot of them through word of mouth. A lot of different colleagues have been saying that the impact has been positive, but so that we do have researchers from Newcastle University doing a 45-minute interview just to understand your experiences of speaking to patients, understanding what those pain points are, what types of supports that they've been given. And it's also just trying to understand what we can do better as a program, really, and then how else can we improve that experience further? What are we missing? What can we enhance? So I think these are the questions that we're very much interested in, and I do think having your views captured in a more sort of research approach, very formally, and we'll take that learning to different sort of meetings or avenues as well. So I'll just put a link. I think that's probably my pitch for today. It's just understanding if anyone here is quite interested to be part of that. There's an expressions of interest form here. I'll share in the chat. And I'm happy to also share a bit more information around. There's a participant information sheet that I can happily share around as well. But if you have the time, around 45 minutes, just to share your experience about the program. I do know some people on the call have already shared that experience. So I'll also say thank you very much for doing this. And if you can spare that 45 minutes, I think the researchers are very flexible as well. You can do early mornings and in evenings as well as sometimes weekends if that's preferred. But I do think just trying to push that a bit more in terms of getting that experience captured. Everything will be online. It will be based on the time that you prefer to have it, and it's quite flexible along the way. So I suppose that's my plug-in for today. It's just trying to get a bit more people signed up for the interviews. And again, if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Please feel free to drop me an email. I'll drop my email as well as the email of the generic research and evidence sort of inbox in the chat as well. So feel free to get in touch. I'm happy to answer any questions. And I think if you want to have an idea of the other bit of evaluations happening in the space as well, more than happy to have a chat as well. But again, thank you for all your support so far. And it's really good to start seeing those sort of good news stories come in. But let's just do it, a bit more formally and officially, and try to capture that through any evaluation. So thank you very much.
That's great. Thanks, Hamdi. Okay, there's just a question there from Rhoda.
Yes, that is the Newcastle University evaluation research project. So thank you. If those who have already been part of that, thank you very much. It's the same sort of interview or process or study that's being looked at. So yes, it's by Newcastle University. Thanks, Rhoda, for that.
Thank you. That's great. I'm just also going to put in the chat a couple of links, just again for new people. You might have already been shared these. One is for our Met Gateway, which is the Regional Directory of Services signposting tool. We collect data from that, and we can see how many signposts are made by PAS advisors or work coaches. So that's a really helpful tool. Just so you're all aware, all of the activities and work that everybody is doing here is collected centrally. So we collect it from our local delivery teams into a central place, and then we send that central information to our NHS England colleagues, because obviously they are wanting to see what activity we're doing for the money that they've invested in this whole programme. So I noticed, Kate, you've put a question in. You've not seen any data. I mean, can you just explain what you mean by that?
Yeah, so I think earlier, just higher up the chat, there was, I think you said that the data is tremendous in showing what we're all doing, but I don't know which data you're referring to. I've only seen local data. I haven't seen anything that's regional, that's kind of pulling together what's happening across the whole of North East and North Cumbria.
Okay, I mean, that's a good point. And I think, it would probably be helpful just to share those top level numbers. I mean, just looking at one of our spreadsheets, I don't want to share the spreadsheet because it's got the sensitive information on it, but looking at the data itself, we've had, for example, almost 10,000 people seen or referrals by our PAS advisors in the last year.
Okay.
So that's 10, it's about 9,800 and something. We've had almost 3,000 people seen by the Waiting Well programme. So this is people who are waiting, obviously, for surgeries and such like. We've had almost 1,000 people seen through our work coaches. And like I say, obviously, we haven't got all the data in yet from all of our local teams. But, I think for the data that we have got, I mean, that's tremendous. The fact that that many people have been seen, whether they've been referred onwards to other services or have just been given advice and signposting, this is all making a difference to the big picture of what's happening across North East North Cumbria. So, yeah.
Oh, for sure. No, it's tremendous. And so is that data in the SharePoint site that you've just sort of done a quick run? No. Okay.
This is obviously our sort of strategic team data collections that because we've got to obviously make sure it's been validated and such like. But it's things like referrals, for example, or the declines to referrals. So I know maybe it's some of you on this call, it's your responsibility. We receive emails from all of the GP practices on those people who've declined. If that isn't happening in the practice that you're working in, then it really needs to. We have got all of that data, but we're looking at that data as well to understand why people are declining our referrals or our signposting or our support, like your support, should I say, ours, the royal hours. But you know, this is the information that you are giving to these patients and clients. If people are declining, we want to know why, because actually it could be something that we need to improve or change or do something differently. So that's another piece of data. I mean, the data for all of this program is so important. But likewise, things like case studies as well are just as important, because we can't always quantify data in the impact it has on somebody's life or the impact it has on services. So having those case studies, and we are seeing a few case studies coming through. I think there's a case study template in the shared area on SharePoint, that if people have got you know, a really good news story that they've supported somebody from start to finish, and they've got them back into work, or they've remained well in work, and they've come back to you and said, you know, thank you very much for what you've done for me. These are the types of things we want to know about, because clearly those things are working, and if we can replicate them as far and wide as we can, not just in GP practice but in other areas, that's what we're trying to achieve. So yeah, have a look out for that case study template, and if somebody has got something good to talk about, please send it in to us. We want to know. What else? I think that's probably all from me in terms of data. Hamdi, have you got a hand there?
No, I think it's probably just to add on Kate's question on about the regional side of thing. I do think there's been challenges with capacities and, you know, the BI sort of involvement in it and changing personnel with the different restructuring happening. So it has been a bit challenging just to get that regional overview of a dashboard up and running, I suppose. And I think we did have a mock-up, but I do think there's something around revisiting that a bit more. But once we do have something firmed up, something shareable, I think that's probably our goal as well, to include that within the different spaces that we have in terms of networks, so that everyone has sight on the impact and the data that's coming in, and not just within your local area, but also across the region and in Northeast and North Cumbria as well. So that is the plan. I do think it has been a bit of a challenge just to get there with the different bits of happening within the organization. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I agree.
Thanks, Hamdi. That would be really useful when you've got it.
I think, Kate, if we could replicate your dashboard across everywhere, that would be
But you know, we like data
ideal.
in Cumbria. Yeah,
I know you do. I know.
Setting standards in North Cumbria there.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, right. I'm just looking around the screen. Have we got the person from the Tell My team online? Sorry, there's that many people online. No. Okie dokie. Right, we're going to have to kill time for 5 minutes until these people turn up. So can I just use the time to understand the colleagues that we've got online? Can I have a show of hands who's from Cumbria? Kate, anybody? Yeah, oh, brilliant. Excellent. So again, this is just to measure. We've got all areas on the call. What about Northumberland? Great. Okay. And hands down, please, just so I can count them. Anybody from North Tyneside? Brilliant. Okay. Lovely. And hands down. Newcastle. Lovely. Thanks, Michelle. Okay. What about Gateshead? Brilliant. Thanks, Tom. Okay, what about South Tyneside? Lovely, lovely, thank you. And Durham? Brilliant. Excellent. Oh, lots from Durham. Wow. We've got tons in Durham. Brilliant. Excellent. And if we can just pop hands back down. And Tees Valley. So Middlesbrough, Stockton, Hartlepool, Darlington. Marnie, thank you, Marnie. Oh, great stuff. We've got a good selection there as well. Have I forgot any areas at all? Anybody else from DWP? Oh, God. Typical, isn't it? Sorry, Sunderland. So we have got somebody from Sunderland, yes. Michelle, thank you. And Deborah, thank you. Okay. That's fantastic. It's great that we've got a full turnout across the patch. Is anybody outside of those areas at all? Oh, okay, that's super. Okay. Just bear with me. Laura, you've got your hand up.
Yeah, hiya Tracy. I'm just wondering, because I'm here specifically for the Tell My stuff. The link that Christine sent has got a slightly different title. It's called PAS Advisor and Work Well Coach Monthly Support Meeting Tell My Launch with another Teams link. I'm just wondering if they are somewhere else.
There shouldn't be, no. Let me just double check. But thank you for raising that. Let's have a look.
I don't know what the ID of this meeting is. This one, do you? Or how we can find that out?
Yeah, I'll have it in my...
Because I've got the numbers and stuff on this link.
Have a look. Sorry, I'm just shifting my screens around. So that's the link for this meeting. I've just put it in the chat. Obviously, everybody's used that one to join this meeting.
It is the same as the one I'm looking at, so that's that out the window.
Right, okay. That's good. Panic over. And I'm sorry we're having to just hang fire. They said they would join by 10 o'clock latest. I was hoping they'd be a little bit early. Let me just double check.
Can I steal your time as well?
Absolutely,
then,
please.
I just
do,
put a
Laura,
couple of questions in the chat. I don't know if you've missed them because you were talking. Just around the difference between referral and signpost and how that's tracked. Because Helen was going to get back to me on that a while ago, and obviously she's left now. So I'm not really sure who to ask these questions of. Hamdi, I'm not sure if you might know the answer either.
So I suppose from my perspective, the signposting and referrals, obviously we've got the Met Gateway, we collect signposting data from Met Gateway. So that is one definite area where we can collect that signposting information. Obviously, if the signposted onto then a service and they get seen by a service, that should be picked up through in fact, I don't think we pick those numbers up.
Yeah, that's what the query is really, when we get referrals through that aren't technically Work Well eligible, that we want to track that they've been referred, but they are best suited to another programme of support. And at the moment, we're kind of doubling up in that we're tracking through Work Well and doing all of the EQ5D information, but in reality, they're actually being supported by another programme, and that just feels like duplication, and we don't want to not do it in case it needs to be done, but equally we haven't had clarification that that is the correct way to do it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll take that away and come back to you. But
thank you.
So when you say the referrals, if they've been referred into the services that have been commissioned as part of Work Well, then we will have information fed to us from those services. It's obviously the people who were just signposted.
And I'm talking about people that are referred via their GP to us as work coaches, that we then ascertain that they would be better suited to, say, Connect to Work or something like that.
Right. Right. Okay, I get it.
Because we're getting quite a lot of people coming through who are long-term unemployed, you see, rather than, you know, the official target group for work well as people who are likely to drop out of work. They've been unemployed for 3 years, but they've got a footnote that they're using to claim universal credit. So they're getting through the criteria because they do fit, but they're not best suited to work well support.
Yeah. Okay, leave that with me, Laura. Thank you, and I'll take that way. Obviously, with Helen not being in post now, we're literally picking things up as much as we can. Yeah. But you know, we've taken over a new team. The new team will sort of, which includes myself, and once people get in post over the next few weeks, we'll start picking up some of these questions. Okay, that's great.
The other thing was just about I couldn't access the spreadsheet that you demoed. With the contact information on for PAS, and I think somebody else had said the same. We can get into the SharePoint site, but that particular document just says no
access.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'll check out all of these little.
You know, I don't come very often, Tracy, but when I do, I've got lots to say.
and we need that, though. You know, we're a bit far removed from what happens at the front side. So absolutely, please come to us with any little niggles like that.
Thank you.
Okay, it's 10 o'clock. Have we got the Tell My team on the call?
Yes. Sorry, just putting my camera on. I'm here. Hope you can see me.
There you are. Jodie, is it?
Yes, Jodie.
Jodie, lovely. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, we were just killing time until you joined. I don't know if Christine's joining us as well from Hynenk, is she?
Yes, she should be joining shortly. I know that she said she was driving.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you're happy, please just, if you'd like to just take over, that'd be great. We've got lots of people here from across the whole region, from every area across our region. So everybody will be really interested in what you've got. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for having me. I'm going to start with a very short presentation just to explain Tell Me and essentially why I'm here. And I'm happy to take questions at the end, as I'm sure that you may have some. So I'm just going to share my screen. And if you could just please let me know if you can see this.
Yeah, it's coming, just a second. Still blank at the moment. I think it might just be taking its time.
Oh no. Sorry all.
No, don't worry.
Share again, and hopefully it should work. Any luck now?
No, not yet. I'm just trying to think, Jodie. I think Christine might have sent me the presentation.
She did, yeah.
Yes. So
sorry, I'm not sure.
No, don't worry.
It's showing on my side, but yeah, I think I did put in an email to you.
Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, right. Hang on a second and I'll share the screen for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Perfect. I can see it, so I'm sure it's fine.
Can
now.
Everybody see that? Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much, Tracy, and apologies, everyone. I'm not sure why it's not working on my side, but yes. So as you can see on the screen, we are providing a mental health and employment support program for those that are aged between 16 and 30 who live in North East and North Cumbria. Now, a bit of background: we have launched in Sunderland and South Tyneside specifically since December of last year, and recently we were granted approval to expand across the whole of North East and North Cumbria. I'm not sure if some people from this call might be from Sunderland and South Tyneside, but just so if you've heard about us before, it's because we have been existing for a few months in those areas, but now we're opening. So that's why I'm here in this call to speak to you all So next slide, please. Yes. So thank you, Tracy. So Tell Me is a scalable mental health solution. So we are a digital mental health app, and we provide 100% pre-moderated peer support to young individuals who just essentially want to get some support with maybe some challenges that they're facing, or get some advice about anything that they're going through, really. They are able to access that through our app. It's completely free, it's safe, and it's anonymous. So when a user does create an account and join our app, it is completely anonymous. Nobody knows who they are, and it is a way to encourage people to then speak about their challenges freely, and for those to also give support freely as well, without essentially being known. We are age banded, so we support young individuals as young as 11, and we provide support to any age from then up. So especially for the younger ages, we are age banded to ensure that they are being able to relate to one another regarding their challenges, and also, I guess, to provide kind of more close-knit support with those that actually understand what they're going through. From 18 plus, it is an age banded, so they are able to see all content. We also have links to specialist support through our app. So depending on where the user lives, they'll be able to see local support from different services and organizations within that area that can provide them with further support with their mental health, and or other kind of services that they can relate to as well. So we have a directory, but I'll explain a bit more about that shortly. But that's about our app so far. Next slide, please. To save time, I won't kind of read through this. I'll let you guys read it, and of course the slides will be shared after. But essentially, we do know that there's a problem about directional relationship between those that have mental health and having the ability to sustain their jobs, versus those that don't have mental health issues, and they are able to kind of, I guess, have more success and positivity in their job. So we do know that that's an ongoing problem in the UK, and it did lead us to kind of developing 2 solutions that I'm going to speak about very shortly. So next slide, please. So it's available through the Tell Me app, and it is a premium extension that we have called Tell Me Plus. And we have essentially integrated mental health and employment support for 16 to 30-year-olds who live within North East or North Cumbria. So this we are combining essentially mental health and employment support through our app. And it does give them access to kind of safe psychological support for those that are maybe searching for work or struggling to stay in work, have mental health challenges, maybe have disabilities, maybe they're neurodivergent. But we kind of created this app for them to all come together, speaking anonymously about their issues, but also give them some confidence, some motivation, also find some support and other opportunities to assist them whilst they are looking for work or trying to stay in work as well. So next slide, please. Sorry, Tracy, do you mind going to the next slide, please?
Yeah, sorry, I have, but
oh, sorry, crashed.
Has it changed for other people? Are you seeing a screen now?
Oh, yes, it's changed now. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, there must be a delay. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So just a bit of background into how we actually developed this app. So we co-created this with young individuals between the ages of 16 and 30 who have lived experience of mental health challenges, unemployment, disability, they're neurodivergent, or they have a lack of education. So we do have Tell Me Plus available at the moment. As I mentioned, it's Sunderland and South Tyneside, but we initially piloted it in Oxfordshire. So we worked closely with the job centres in Oxfordshire, with the work coaches, and also with claimants as well, to help us to kind of create this solution that can give them some further support. It was kind of received very well with the work coaches, because essentially it gave them another platform to refer their clients to, where they can kind of get specialist support and find support from others as well, which we found that they weren't really getting outside of the Tell Me app, essentially. So we had this available in Oxfordshire, it's still ongoing, and it has been a success. And it did lead to us being able to get commissioned in Sunderland and South Tyneside, and now across North East and North Cumbria. So hopefully we can give the same support to individuals that you work with as well. Next slide, please. So just a bit more around safeguarding, and I'm happy to provide more information about this at the end. But safety is extremely important within the Tell Me app. So anything that a user posts is moderated by humans. So essentially, we have a team of moderators that check every post, check every reply, just to ensure that users are not kind of giving out personal information about them. Of course, there's no bullying, there's no harmful language or words being used. So we do have a team that work to ensure that that is kept safe as well. But also we do have a team of moderators that work to assess posts as well. So if an individual does post something that is deemed as high risk, it is quarantined and is passed directly to a counsellor, a qualified counsellor, who would then have a one-to-one interaction with that individual as well. In rare circumstances, if we do need to escalate it to emergency services, we can. But we find that this is really important, especially for the younger ages that we support on the app, because we do find that they are very expressive. And so we do need to make sure we have measures in place to ensure that they are able to use our app safely, but also freely as well. So I guess this might not be too relevant for an older audience, but we do like to mention it as well, because we might find that that might be the case for older audience as well. Next slide, please. So as mentioned, along with the peer support element of our app, we do have specialist support available. So we have a directory that is localized to where that individual lives. So they do have to put their postcode in when they register, just their postcode, not their full address. But it's to ensure that we are able to provide more information about local services and organizations that can also provide maybe specialist support that we can't provide on our app, essentially. This is also so we can build more employment support within our app. So an individual that might be based in Sunderland, South Tyneside, Newcastle, for example, we do know that there is already existing support for those that are looking for employment or trying to stay in employment. So we kind of integrate this in our app. So it's kind of like a digital front door to all the support that they need. And they don't have to kind of look around to see what organization does this and where can I get more information about this. We kind of build it into our app as well. So we do work very closely with services within the area, and that's where you guys can also give us some support, because if there is any kind of service that you think will be worthwhile us putting into our app, please do let me know, and we can always kind of put it into our app as well, take irrelevant ones out, and just make sure that it's kept up to date for the users that are using the app. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. That's just kind of a repeat of what I've said. So this is kind of what is really important and what I want to pay more attention to. So we have a mental health training program that's available, again, for individuals aged between 16 to 30 who live in North East and North Cumbria. We are launching it this month, essentially. So I'll provide a bit more information, and hopefully you do have individuals that will benefit from this program. Next slide, please. So we have a digital training program called Train Me. It is a 3-month mental health training program whereby users that would like to build their confidence, build their skills, maybe gain a reference, they are able to join our program, where we would offer training, supervision and support to young individuals to provide support to people through our app. So as mentioned, a user can make a post and the peer support community would respond, maybe give some advice, give some guidance, maybe they can relate as well, so they could just give a bit more about their personal experiences. We do get a lot of that support from the peer support community, but we do have Train Me, which is a small community of young individuals that we train that can also give that support to a user on the app as well. So essentially, we would just train them to give replies to other users on our app. However, we do know that this is very beneficial, because we do know that there's quite a lot of young people, but also older people that may not have experience, may not have somewhere that they can get a reference from. Maybe they are feeling a bit anxious about kind of going into the physical workspace. Maybe they want to increase their confidence, be a bit more motivated. So we do kind of provide all of that support through this program. And also we do know that it can provide them with a bit more kind of stability, I should say, in order to then feel confident to go and look for a job because they've gained a reference through us. Next slide, please. So this is just a bit more, you can see visually how the app looks. So if you can see the phone on the screen, there's a user that posts a message and then you can see the responses below. But you can see a response from the community, so another peer. You can see a response from the trainee volunteers that we would train, and then also a counsellor reply as well. So that's typically how interaction goes through our app when a user does post. But essentially, this is what a user would be doing if they do join our program. Next slide, please. So in order to complete the program successfully, the participants will need to complete 45 minutes 3 times a week on the app, providing responses to other users. Their responses are also pre-moderated and checked as well, just to ensure that they are providing suitable responses to individuals. It's completely digital, it's completely remote. They can do it from the comfort of their own home, and they can do it in their own time as well. So there's no kind of, they have to do it between 9 to 5, for example. Our app, as you can see, kind of works around the clock, so they can do it in their own time. So it's very adaptable as well. And we do encourage them to complete well-being measures with us, just to ensure that we can also evaluate the benefits of this program for an individual that is looking for work or trying to stay in work, but also manage their mental health as well, because their mental health is as important to us as the other users that use our app as well. Next slide, please. Yes, so as mentioned, we do know that volunteering does improve employability. They would gain a personal reference from us. We would be able to provide all the skill sets that they kind of use throughout the program through that reference. We do know that a lot of individuals use LinkedIn as well, so we can endorse individuals on LinkedIn as well if it helps. They get a digital and printed certificate that they're able to keep that provides proof that they've completed the program. And as mentioned, we have already started this in Oxfordshire, so we do have it ongoing, Sunderland and South Tyneside, and now we're opening up to the new areas as well. And it's been received really greatly. We have had a lot of people that have benefited from the programme and also have chosen to stay on after the 3 months to do it in their own time. So it is really good, and we do encourage as much people as possible to join this completely free programme and just benefit from it and get some skills that they can take on as they're looking for work. Next slide, please. The next initiative I wanted to focus on as well is digital solution focused therapy that we have available through the Tell Me app for young individuals living within North East and North Cumbria. So next slide, please, Tracy. So yes, just a bit more about this. So we provide solution focused therapy through our app. So essentially, when a user does register for Tell Me, they'll be able to book text-based sessions with a qualified therapist through the app in order to kind of, I guess, give them support, but focus more on what they can do rather than what they can't do. So it is solution focused rather than CBT, which is as popular. But they are able to book this for free. I do believe that a user can benefit from free, so 3 50-minute sessions with a qualified therapist. But we do have this available, and we do want to encourage as much people to use it as well. It's completely free. There is benefits to having sessions with the qualified therapist. As you can see, we do get them to kind of do a survey as well at the end to kind of measure how they felt before and after the sessions. And 75% on average say that they do feel some sort of improvement after a single session. So users are allowed to get 3. We want to push as much people to benefit from this as well. It's completely free, available to book through the app in their own time, and they can select the sessions that they want to do with the therapist. If for any reason they can't attend that session, they can always change it. But it is text-based, just to reiterate as well. So there's no kind of video call or voice call. It's just completely through text that they would have the session with the therapist. Next slide, please. And next slide. So yes, just a bit more information around us kind of having this pilot across North East and North Cumbria. We are being evaluated by this at the end as well. It's a 1-year pilot that we have. So we do want to encourage as much people to use this so that we are able to kind of also assess how beneficial Tell Me is for those that are looking for work or trying to stay in work. And hopefully it would mean that we are able to provide the support for longer with the users, with the patients and people that you work with. But on the screen, as you can see, just a bit more information about independent evaluations that we've had done in 2022, just so you can see the benefits of Tell Me and how people do actually enjoy using our app and they do benefit from it. Next slide, please. And yes, just again, we are being evaluated by Health Innovation, and we are trying to reach at least 350 users on the Tell Me app that benefit from this, and around 10% of that to benefit from the therapy sessions that we have available as well. So every single person that you refer to use Tell Me, it really helps. And next slide, please. I'm coming to the end, guys. So yes, as you can see on the screen, if a user was to access Tell Me, they'll be able to scan a barcode, they'll be directed to the app where they'll download the app, create an account, very straightforward registration process, and then they'll be able to access everything that I've spoken about through the app. This is just so you can see a bit more of the physical resources that we have available. And we have these in flyer forms, and we also have it in like complement card form, so just a small card which we think might be a bit more easier to distribute. We're happy to post this to anyone that wants to have the physical resources to share. So please do let me know, and we'll get that sent out to you as soon as possible. We also have it available in digital format if it's easier, so we can send it over an email as well. We are encouraging all of you who have face-to-face appointments with patients, if you feel that they will benefit from the service, please do register and download Tell Me with them, because it would help to ensure that they are able to get through the app and also benefit from everything that I've spoken about. You are more than welcome as well to download the app and input your own information to see how the app is. I can also share it if I do have the time. Please let me know, but I can also show you how it looks like if that helps. But please do download the app in your own time if you wish to also see it as well, so you're able to kind of know how it looks like from a user perspective to help the patients that you work with to access it as well. And I think that brings me to the end, actually. Is there another slide after this? Yeah, that's the end. So thank you all, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Thanks, Jodie. That was great. And I will share the slides with everybody after this. I can see a couple of things in there about from people. So Katie has asked, how would we get an organisation put on the app for the signposting part?
Oh, so yes, you would just email me directly with the website link, and then I'll be able to send it to our backend team, who would be able to then add the organisation onto our app, sorry. But I would be the point of contact, so just let me know directly.
Lovely, thank you. Obviously Jessica's put in there, please can she be sent the resources? I'm just thinking of obviously a regional approach. It might be helpful if we coordinate a handful of the resources to be sent out to each area, and then they can disseminate from there. I think we might need to have a little think about that, but ultimately, you know, I think everybody needs access to these resources, so at least your advisors or your work coaches have got them in their offices or in their bags when they're going to places to deal with people. So I think we'll have a think about that, and maybe just put a bulk order in and get them disseminated across teams. So I'll maybe speak to some of the managers from teams. I think how best we can do that.
Yes, please, that'd be great.
I think was it Graham Smith? You've had your hand up for a little while, I've noticed. Sorry, did you have a question? No, maybe just forgotten to take it down. Okay, but no, that was really good. And like I say, we'll share the slides with everybody. Any other hands there, Marnie?
My question was, is this totally just for Workwell and PAS, or can this be used on like Youth Trailblazer, Youth Hub?
That's a very good question, and I actually should have addressed that at the beginning. So thank you for that question. This is only available through Workwell coaches and PAS advisors, so we can only accept people that come directly from their referrals at the moment. Hopefully that might change in the future, but yeah, for now it's just Workwell coaches and PAS advisors.
Yeah. Tracy, is it all right if I just come in there?
Yeah, certainly.
Is that all right?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So that's a really good question. And as this is just a pilot, we'll be reviewing as it goes and the referral levels, and we are adapting the service. And thanks, Jodie, very much for that presentation. The Telmi are very flexible and adaptable. So if there is another key referral route into the service, then we will be looking to revise that as we go. So we're just going to be monitoring it and reviewing it and referral routes and the pathways as we go. But this is very much a pilot for Workwell and the PAS advisors at the moment, but we will be continuously reviewing it based on feedback from yourselves.
Lovely, that's great. Thanks, Christine. Sorry,
Thank
I'm
you.
a bit more organised here. So is it Gavin Smith? Sorry, Gavin, you've got your hand up. No. Okay.
Sorry, I must have left that up from before.
No, that's fine. Don't worry. Okay, Laura, do you want to come in next?
Hiya, thanks, Jodie. It was just a question around the age, how strict it is, because a lot of our people tend to be older. So if we've got somebody who's like 29, would they only have access for a short period? Or like if we registered the day before they turn 30, what would happen there?
Good question as well. So Tell Me is actually available to everyone. So anyone from anywhere can access Tell Me. It's only commissioned areas that do get a bit more support from us through our app. So if a 29-year-old, for example, was to join Tell Me, when they turn 30, it's not that they can't use our service or can't access Tell Me anymore, but just certain kind of some support that is available to a 29-year-old won't be available to a 30. They do have a limited directory resource available. When they do have kind of counsel intervention, if they do need counsel intervention, it's not as expansive as what a commissioned user would get. So it's just some features are limited, but it doesn't mean that they can't use our app for the peer-to-peer support element. That's still available to them.
Okay, great. So could we actually refer somebody who was over 30 then, or not? We can.
Yes,
Brilliant.
yes, you could. The only thing is, if you were to refer someone over 30, they, for example, they wouldn't get the therapy sessions because that's only available for commissioned users, and also they wouldn't be able to join training if they wanted to get that kind of work experience. That's the only thing.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you. Michelle, do you want to come in there?
Oh yeah, hi Jodie. Yeah, that was really helpful. It's just I'm based in Sunderland's Links for Life team in public health. So I was just going to say it'd be good to reach out and connect after this. So Links for Life do things like signposting support, digital front door, working with Together for Children on a whole range of things around like family hubs and promoting services and support that's available in Sunderland. And there's also an element of the team that do things like frontline support. So anything we can do to join up and maybe ensure that you're on the platform and that we're linking up. You might already be, so I'm quite new. This is my first meeting and I'm new to the team, but just to say that was really helpful, and I'll drop you an email after this.
Oh yes, please. Yes, that would be great. Thank you, Michelle. I'll put my email in the chat for anyone that might want to email me directly with any further questions or wants to kind of connect. Happy to speak with anyone. So I'll just put my email in the chat if that helps.
Lovely. Thanks, Jodie. I'm just switching between screens. Has anybody got any further questions for Jodie or anything else for this session?
Sorry, can I just come in there? Just Tracy, just so hi everybody. I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself. For those who don't know me, I'm Christine Jordan, working across at Health Innovation North East North Cumbria, leading on the digital innovation side for the Workwell programme. So just somebody mentioned about signposting to other agencies, so that was a really good point. And if people think it's relevant, we could put a link on Tell Me to all the Workwell services. So Jodie, is there a possibility for them to also add their own logo and branding? Would that work? You know, the individual Workwell services, for example, Cumbria Health, could we add that logo if they wanted to signpost back to themselves? Can people do that? Add their own? service logos?
Yeah, I don't see why not, but I can definitely raise that with Shushton afterwards, but I don't see why we can't do that.
So I'll drop an email to all the relevant leads of the WorkWell services to see if that's something they want to do, so we can have that link up to the WorkWell services. So people land on Tell Me, they can also get posted back to the WorkWell services. And in terms of resources, I've just put something in the chat there, but also an email's gone out to the WorkWell leads with a copy of the digital version of the flyer. And as Tracy said, if people want the Tell Me flyer, we can arrange to get batches of those sent to each WorkWell service. So people let myself know, or Jodie. I don't know what best way to do it, Jodie. Do you want people to come to me to let me know how many flyers they would need, and then we can arrange to get those distributed to the services, or do you want them to come direct to you? Or
Tracy's just mentioned that she will speak with the managers to see how distribution would work, because I guess it would be easier to do a bulk order and then disseminate it within the team. So we can catch up with Tracy about that after to see how's the easiest way to distribute it.
Okay, are you all right with that, Tracy, or do you want me to pick that up?
I'd be happy for you to pick that up. Yeah, I think with you being closer to the innovation. And it's just making sure when we get, these flyers out to everybody that wants them. So yeah. Brilliant.
And then we'd like to come back, if you don't mind, in about 3 months' time, just like a bit of a refresher to see how people are getting on with Tell Me. If there's any issues or troubleshooting we need to do, we can come back here. But also the resources will be put into have you still got your shared area for the PAS advisors and WorkWell?
Yes, we have, yeah.
We'll put all the slides from today and relevant resources in there.
Great stuff.
And I'm just about to speak to Jodie if she's willing to come to the LDT, what used to be called the LDT lead, which I think is now going to be called the neighbourhood meeting on a Wednesday. We can come there as well, just to let all the relevant leads know, because I'm conscious that some of the leads aren't here today.
Yeah.
So just the steering group, we can just to let people know it's now available as of today across the Northeast. So please do start referring in. If you've got any young people, that'd be brilliant.
Fantastic, lovely. Thanks ever so much, Jodie, and thanks, Christine and
Thank you.
And everybody else for your input. Like I say, email in to me if anybody's got any other queries. Likewise, email Hamdi for any research bits and pieces. We are available. We're a changing team, but we are available. So please reach out if you've got any further questions. But thanks ever so much for the turnout today. That's great. Another date for the next session will be in the diary soon. Like I say, we're hopefully in about a month's time. And I'll put Jodie and Christine down for 3 months' time for a bit of a refresh on the system. Brilliant. Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see everybody. Take care.
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.